If your income feels inconsistent right now, it's not random. It's not the real estate market, and it's not because you are not working hard enough. It's because what you're doing today isn't set up to pay you in the next 60 to 90 days, right? And most agents, they are really only thinking about like right now instead of building what actually creates predictable income. So today I am going to show you exactly what to focus on every single day so that you can finish this quarter strong and set up your next quarter to have your best quarter yet. You are not going to want to miss this. So before we get started, if you could pause for just 2 seconds, I'm going to give you lots of good stuff. Hit subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Let's get started. Last week, we talked a lot about what you can do today to create income. But here's the real question. What does today actually create income for? Like the work you do today, what does it actually create income for? It creates income for the end of this quarter and the beginning of next quarter. And if you are not thinking like this yet, that's one of the biggest shifts you need to start to make. Because top agents, they are always working ahead. They are not reacting, they are actually building and tracking. So what do you do if the numbers aren't where you want them to be? We don't panic. You don't jump to the next shiny lead source. You go back to the systems, your daily schedule. One, follow your schedule. And hopefully you have a good schedule that is income producing, that's going to create results. And the next is so important is your marketing calendar. We are in sales. We are also in marketing. Our job is to stay in front of our clients. So yes, do we need to call people? Absolutely. But we also need to market. And I'm not talking about social media marketing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with social media. I feel like it's good to be present. At the same time, when I say marketing calendar, I'm not talking about social media marketing calendar. This is where most people actually break. They have a system, but they don't actually follow it consistently. Your marketing calendar, that's not optional, right? That is your business plan. If you are skipping it, you are choosing inconsistency. Are you actually asking for business? So let's be real for just a minute here. When you are making your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday calls, when you are actually making those calls, are you asking for business or are you just checking in? Because those are two very, very different things. Keep in mind, I do believe we have to earn the right to ask, and we earn the right by staying connected, setting up coffees, conversations, adding value through videos, through mailings, through letters. It's endless, right? But once we have provided value, we must ask for that business. Yes, we need to call them, not text message them, and ask them for business. So here's what that looks like. For example, we are going to call them. I use a very specific script. If you want that script, pause for 2 seconds. If you haven't hit subscribe. But in the comments below, hit script, and I can definitely get that over to you. Remember, these are people that I'm connected to. If we aren't connected to these people, there's a different script that I actually use. But for this video, I'm going to assume that we're actually have been providing value. We're somewhat connected with them. We provided them with good service, or we have some type of connection with them in our life. But we are going to, again, assume today that we already have a connection with them. So we are going to call them and use, let's say, Ford, family, occupation, relationship, dreams, and just build that connection. We're not going to take their 30 minutes out of the day, but we're going to take 5-10 minutes and just reconnect with them. They know you're an agent because we've been providing that value, right? And they know that this is also why you are calling. So oftentimes we're setting up a coffee to get more connected with them as well. But we are asking for business. So for example, towards the end of the call, might be what this looks like. So by the way, if you ever hear of somebody thinking about making a move, I would really appreciate keeping me in mind. Just out of curiosity, who do you know right now that might be considering buying, selling, or investing in real estate? And then we'd be quiet and we let them, We don't say something like, oh gosh, I'm sure you don't know of anyone right now, but if you do, keep us in mind. We don't say that. We just be quiet. Or You can just say something simple. Gosh, just curious. Anyone in your circle thinking about making a move these days? And then again, we be quiet. We let them talk first. So pause. It might be uncomfortable. It might be really quiet. Just let them talk first. So it was great catching up. Let's grab coffee sometime soon. I'll be in touch, but feel free to reach out anytime. So again, majority of the time, they know of somebody that in their circle that is thinking about making a move. We just need to let them think about it for a minute and let them respond. So again, top agents don't just stay in touch. They ask confidently. So here's a question for you. Are you working your database or just owning one? Or is it just a list of numbers? This is a really, really big one because there's a difference in having a database and actually working and training your database. So how many people are in your database right now? And more importantly, how many are you actually working? Because having 500 people means nothing if you are not building real relationships with them along the way, right? Service plus gifting equals referrals. This is where you earn the right to actually grow. Are you giving top-notch service, thoughtful gifts, consistent follow-up? Those three things are really, really, really important. So I'm talking about at the buyer appointment. Once they sign buyer broker, are you actually sending them a gift? Hopefully you are. Listing appointments, are you bringing something small as well as once they sign the listing agreement? Are we sending something to them as part of our checklist? Really, those gifts along the way. Referrals. When we get referrals, what are we doing for those referrals? Are we sending a video thanking them? Are we calling them thanking them? Are we sending them a little gift as well? Client events, staying in front of people, providing value. Birthdays. What type of birthday gifts and connections are we doing? Are we just shooting a text over? Hopefully not. This is how we stay top of mind without chasing. And then next is high value activities, right? I don't know about you, but I learned a long time ago that I am okay working hard, but I definitely want to work smart. I do not want to just work hard and make more calls. I actually want to be very, very intentional. This is amazing. So today on my coaching call, coach a handful of really awesome real estate agents. And one of my students said to me, Jess, it's really interesting. I am making less calls than I've ever made. She's been in the business 10 plus years. I am making less calls than I've ever made. And I'm making more money than I have more transactions than I ever have. And I said, oh my gosh, well, welcome to the world of working smarter and not harder. That is a perfect example of just because you make more calls does not mean that you get more deals. We have to be intentional about the way we're working that. So, because these are the activities that directly create income, and most people know like what activities are going to go in deeper relationships, they just don't do them consistently. Next is, are we expanding our network, right? It's so important to work the network we have, but it's also really important to expand our network that we need to expand and be really intentional about going after like the more high value accounts, joining business groups, building new relationships, putting yourself in rooms that grow your business, right? Getting around the right people. I'm not talking about when I say expand your network, calling FISBOs expireds, things like that. I'm talking about real growth in business, not onesie twosies. I'm talking about groups of people that can help grow your business. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with calling for sale by owners expireds. I did it for a decade. I know what it looks like. I know you can earn money doing it. I'm not opposed to it. I just think that oftentimes we neglect our database in lieu of calling them. That's where the problem is. So when I say expand your network, I'm actually talking about business people. Or are you staying just comfortable, right? We all get comfortable because growth doesn't happen there. Anytime I get uncomfortable, I like look at myself and go, Jess, you're not growing. You've got to do something that gets you uncomfortable. So anytime I feel that ease, that's my signal to myself that, okay, I have got to step it up here. I need to get in rooms that I'm uncomfortable in. Drop this in the comment. I actually really want to know this. What is one of your biggest struggles right now? I'm going to give you consistent income, lead generation, conversion, your finances. And what I mean by finances is, if you're making a lot of money, that's great. Are you saving it and are you investing it? Do you have a system to do that? Because if we don't have a system for something, it's never going to happen, right? We have to save and then we also have to invest because we're not going to earn our way to retirement. I mean, we need to save and we need to invest. Systems, time management, or mindset. Believing you can actually be in that top 1% or top 0.5%. So tell me again, which one of these are you actually struggling the most in? Or maybe there's a couple: consistent income, lead generation, conversion, finances, meaning saving and investing, systems, like systems for your team and leveraging to free up your time. Because if you're making 100 grand a year or even 200 grand a year and you are working 60 to 80 hours a week, I'm telling you, there's got to be some systems and leveraging in there. You could change everything. If you want to go above that 500K, you definitely need systems and leveraging if you want some freedom of time. Or time management. Is that one of the struggles? Or mindset? Like staying in the mindset of getting to that next level and really believing that you can get there. So let's talk about something that gets brought up all the time, right? Accountability. And yes, it does matter. I have had coaches hold me accountable in so many different ways, right? But here's what changed everything for me. Real accountability is internal. External accountability absolutely helps. Coaching calls, check-ins, groups, the people that you're in the room with, that matters so much. They keep you on track. I think it is key to getting to that next level. But that cannot be the only reason you succeed. We all know that you can be in a room, everyone has like in a successful room, and there's a couple people winning at a really high level. So that alone will not get you there. Everything I have built is designed so that my agents don't have to actually think. The monthly marketing system, the call system, the referral checklist, the gifting systems, the client customer care to generate referrals. You just have to execute. That removes the actual overwhelm. But then we layer it with accountability. So the accountability tracker, the weekly coaching calls, the community. And let me ask you this. If you are in a structured environment, are your odds of winning higher? Say yes, they are. Absolutely 100%. But here's the truth most people don't actually want to hear. That environment cannot be the only reason you show up. Here's the hard truth. Let's just use some random number. Let's say you have 4 people, 4 students. Let's just say 4 students. Same coach, same system, same plan, same environment. Only 1 or 2 succeed. Same thing. Like, look at it this way. Like, we all know that there are people that are not fit that have personal trainers, right? Yes. Like 4 people can have the same trainer and only 1, maybe 2 of them are actually going to be fit. Why? Here's the real question. Do you really want it? Have you really decided? Or do you just kind of want it? Ask yourself that. Do you really want a different life? Or do you just kind of want it? Because the people who win, they decide, they want it, and they decide every single day to show up, to stay consistent, to do the work. Their why is so clear. They feel it. They remind themselves of their why every single day, which again, I am just with my students all the time. We have our why in front of us all the time. We know exactly where we're going, why we're going. They remind themselves every single day, and they have a structured system built around them so they can't fall. This is why the vision really matters. This is why I focus so much on vision, business planning, 90-day goals, 90-day letters, because that creates this internal drive. That's what carries us like when nobody else is actually watching. At the end of the day, your success comes down to one thing. and it is a daily decision. So I want you to answer this honestly. Are you showing up? Yes or no? No excuses, no overthinking, just the truth. Drop it in the comments. I'm in. I need to step it up. Before you leave this video, make a decision. Are you all in to get to that next level or not? Because if you are, then show up like it every single day. If you found any value, please pause, hit subscribe. Of course, if you are one of those agents that is just like, I want to get here to here and I want to do it faster. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I just want to plan. I want to execute. I want to plug in. Book a call with my team today. Here is your next video.